Today is Wednesday, Parashat Shemot. We're beginning this week the period of the year known as Shovevim. Shovevim is an acronym for the Parashiot of the Torah, Shemot, Va'era, Bo, Beshalach, Yitro, Mishpatim. These are 6 Parashiot that cover a certain period of the year where our sages say it's a very propitious time to do teshuvah, to repent, and to be careful with our speech. And the Pasuk says, Shuvu banim shovevim, come back to teshuvah, banim, children, shovevim, who are going wayward in the wrong path. So shovevim is also relating to the first letter of each parasha of these 6 weeks. What is this idea about doing teshuvah on the subject of speech? Well, let's understand that the power of speech is what makes us what we are as people. There are 4 levels of existence. You have domem, which is objects that don't move, a rock, an object, a chair. You have tzomeach, which means plant life. There is life, the plant grows, it gives fruits or flowers. Then there is chai, that's the level of the animals, where they're able to move around, to walk. There it's a somewhat of a higher level from the plant life. And then you have Adam, which is a person, which is obviously at a higher level. A person can think, a person can express themselves, a person can communicate and invent and make scientific progress, be able to even control some of the lower levels of existence, like to be able to affect objects and plants and animals. But in describing Adam, a person, it's related to by the sages as medaber. A person is a creation that has the ability to speak. Because if we go back to the creation of the world, when Adam Arishon was created, when man was created, the Pasuk says that Hashem blew in his nostrils a breath of life, and he became a living spirit. And the Targum on Kelo says, what is a living spirit? It's a speaking spirit. The ability to speak, the ability to express ourselves is what makes us unique as humans, to be able to communicate and express ideas. As we have an idea in our mind and describe it to another person, he can get the same concept that we're trying to communicate to them. That's an incredible ability that we have. And that's a very spiritual ability that we have as humans. And the ability to speak by expressing with our mouth what we have in our mind is something that is very powerful as a concept. And therefore, that power that we have with our ability to express ourselves can be used either positively or negatively. The idea, for instance, with nuclear energy, a small container of nuclear energy can power a city maybe, but at the same time it can be very destructive. So the ability to express ourselves with that kind of high power potential that it has can either be used positively to teach, to inspire, to communicate ideas, to give a person a good feeling by giving him a compliment, to enlighten somebody through what you describe to them or communicate with them. But at the same time, it can be very destructive. It's been said by King Solomon that life and death is in the hands of the tongue. In other words, with the mouth you can either kill or you can make somebody alive. Somebody who's down, you give him a word of encouragement, you lift up his spirits. You communicate knowledge, and with the knowledge a person can save himself from many pitfalls. But at the same time, if you use your mouth in a negative way by speaking lashon hara, negative speech, you can create a prejudice against someone. You've never met somebody before, and somebody gave you a false report or even a true report, but a negative report on that other person. You've now created an image for that person that is a negative image, and it could be very destructive. False reports are incredibly destructive. Even things that may have happened that are true, but if they're negative and there is no benefit for the other person to hear it, there is no need to report or to give that information. You can hurt people's feelings with your words. You can be offensive with the words. And that's very, very difficult to correct. Once a person has been hurt, his feelings were hurt just with your words. You say, well, I didn't aggress him, I didn't slap him, I didn't punch him. Yeah, but you said a word that had it was like a knife into his spirit, into his emotions. And that would be very negative. Also, people sometimes use vulgar language. Vulgar language is also a very negative use of our ability to express ourselves. On and on. On the other hand, you could use your mouth to say prayers, to learn words of Torah, to educate. So we see that there is this incredible potential in the mouth to do either good or bad. This period of the year, our sages say, it's a very opportune time to get assistance from heaven to correct ourselves in the subject of proper speech. That it should be always proper, always careful with what we say, and it's something very important in general, every day of the year. But this period of the Shovevim has extra meaning in that respect. And that's why if we can focus on those ideas and bring up a level our speech by speaking positively, using it in the proper manner, then like David HaMelech said, Mi ha'ish hafetz ha'im, who's a person who wants life, is a person who's careful with how he expresses himself. And that was the Dvar Torah for today, for Wednesday, Parashat Shemot. Baruch Adonai le'olam, amen ve'amen.